So for my showcase 2, I decided to make a learning menu. And so my lesson plan was the life cycle of a butterfly. So the learning objectives were students will be able to identify the sequence of a butterfly's life cycle. Students will be able to identify main vocabulary words such as butterfly, egg, chrysalis, caterpillar, etc. And students will be able to retell key details of a text in the main topic. So for my appetizers, we have watch the following YouTube video. After watching the YouTube video, create a Google Doc and summarize the main topics / ideas of the video and what you learned. It should be at least a page long, and the students do need to go into detail about it to make sure that they can prove that they watched the video, and the video is just about the life cycle of a butterfly in detail, and it has good images, and it's catchy, so like the little kids will definitely enjoy it. Or they can complete the butterfly life cycle worksheet, and after completing, write in detail next to each stage what each stage is about and what happens. And the worksheet basically is the stages, and then it's blank, and they have to put each word into each stage. Or they have the third option of draw each stage on a piece of paper, and then they would have to put the stages in chronological order, and they can compare their drawings with other classmates' drawings, and they have to make sure to use detail and color and be creative. And then we have entrees, and this you can read the given article and interact with one of the links at the bottom. And the links at the bottom include like looking at pictures of each stage. One's like a coloring sheet, but it involves the student to think about each stage and key details of it. You can review the Quizlet that I made. I made a Quizlet about each vocabulary words and different main concepts that the students should know by now. And after reviewing the Quizlet, they can use the different features on Quizlet, such as learn and test. They will eventually have to take the test that the Quizlet makes from my Quizlet and then email me a screenshot of their score and how they did. Their third option is they can complete the quizzes on the butterfly life cycle and try and get your best score. It's a very fun way to test their knowledge, and it's very appealing to the younger kids especially. Then finally for desserts, you can complete this Google form that I made to assess what you have learned or what you know about the butterfly life cycle, and I'll click on that. Okay, so I already responded because I was going to show you what information it gives back, but basically you start off with there's 6 questions, each are 1 point, and you have all these options, and the students take it, and they should get immediate feedback after. I put the settings as that. So we just have all these different questions. Butterfly starts off as what? An egg. That's simple. You should know the first stage. Another name for a caterpillar is larva. There are many stages in the life cycle of a butterfly's life. 4. What emerges from the chrysalis, a butterfly. And then the egg hatches into what? A larva. True or false, butterflies start life as tiny eggs laid on top of leaves. That's true. And then true or false, when the egg hatches, out comes the larva, aka the caterpillar, which is also true. But if I go from a teacher's perspective with the Google Forms, let's see, I'm able to see like average points for each question, which is really nice in monitoring the students' learning, and this allows me to look at the class overall and like what they struggled with, and like that can help me reassess on how I taught it and maybe form a different way of approaching the topic that everyone struggled with. And it also, I can go to each individual. Obviously, if I had more than one response with my students, I can look at each individual and what they individually struggled with and go from there on how to help them overall. So I really like the Google Forms. I think that's a good way to individually help the students and as a class. And that helps me as a teacher to assess. So if we go back, And then the second one is they can make a Kahoot. Kahoot's very fun and they would enjoy that. So with a partner, they come up with questions and answers, and obviously it's about the butterfly life cycle and main topic / vocabulary that we covered in class, and then they can play it with their classmates. So, and then the third option they have is they can respond to the following questions on a flip grid. I made like a topic section, so that's the link here, and they would just have to answer these questions correctly, and I would look at that. So yeah, that is my showcase too, and I hope you enjoyed. Oh wait, I still have, okay, sorry. So basically, which tool / task allows the students to self-monitor their learning and struggles? I believe that the tools and tasks that help students self-monitor their learning success and struggles were the drawing the stages on paper task and the Google Form assessment. When the students are asked to draw the stages out on their own freehandedly, it makes them realize what they do know and what they don't know. If they know exactly what to draw, then that is not only telling me that they know the material, but it's also telling them. And if they struggle, they're going to learn that they're struggling, and hopefully that'll help them self-monitor their struggles and try to learn from that. And then the Google Forms also can help them realize, because you get immediate feedback from the Google Forms, and they'll know which ones they specifically got wrong, and hopefully they take those wrong ones and ask questions about that. It can help them motivate more about what they're struggling with. And then, which tool helps goal set and develop strategies for improving learning? I feel like the Kahoot with a partner really helps them improve their learning, because they're critically thinking about questions and the correct answers. And it's a fun quiz game, and I feel like they'd learn a lot from that, and they might find this to be a good strategy for them to learn. And then the Google Forms is the most that helps collect data and for monitoring learning, like I showed you. It shows the teachers and the students. It shows the students which ones they got wrong, and it also shows the teachers which ones they got wrong individually and overall in the class. And it can help, like I said, the teacher to reevaluate which one, what she needs to reteach. And it can just help the students specifically ask questions of what they struggled with. And then the easiest and fastest feedback would be Quizlet and Quiz. That's because after you complete the task, you get your answers right away and what grade you got. And this can be good for students and teachers, because it can help them assess what they're struggling with and what they need to work on. So that is the end. Thank you very much. Bye.